Quick question. What does a big budget do for a music video? While you think about that, I'm gonna show you how to shoot a high quality cinematic music video on a low... Okay, fine, with no budget at all. However, we did pour petrol to travel to the location. Alright, cool. Now that our cheapskate executive producer is happy, I'm gonna show you how to shoot a high quality cinematic music video with no budget whatsoever. Let's go. So as music video cinematographers and videographers, we sometimes run into clients that outside of the money that they're paying us to shoot and edit their music video, they don't want to pay extra to make their music videos look great. And by look great, I don't mean picture quality or the video looking cinematic, because I'm going to show you that those things don't need you to break the bank. What I mean by artists not wanting to pay extra on things that don't make their music video look great, I'm talking about things that don't make the message of the song come to life. Like for example, if the song is about getting married, it would be nice to have a wedding scene in the music video. Or if the song is about a specific car, it would be nice to have that car in the music video. But if there's no money to make that happen, that's where you have to be creative as the director and make sure that the message of the song is still conveyed in the video using the resources that you have. Alright, so in order for this to be a low budget, a no budget music video tutorial, you need to at least have a camera and a light. It would be nice to have two lights, but you can still do a lot with one light, trust me. But if you still have to rent these two things, a camera and a light, then you, my friend, are watching a low budget music video, not a no budget music video, because you gotta spend on that rental. Anyways, those are the two things that you will need. So for the music video that we're unpacking today, the resources that we had were 2 panel lights, which I do not recommend for music videos because they are not directional. And we had a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, very long name, 18 to 35mm Sigma lens, a gimbal, and free access to the artist friend's apartment. Okay, cool. Tip number 1, conception. First things first, you need to listen to the song and connect with it. It's one thing to understand the message of the song, but you also need to feel it. What's the pace of it? Is it fast? Is it slow? What's the mood of it? What colors do you see when you listen to it? Because this will not only help you come up with an idea for the music video, but it's also going to help you create a color palette or a look for the video, which is going to make color grading easier when you're editing. Understanding the pace of the song will help you figure out which camera movements and transitions will look good for the video. So I found that the best transitions are the ones that you plan for in advance, as opposed to trying to figure out in post which clip would transition better following which clip. So for the music video that we're working on, we had a song about a couple on the verge of breaking up. The pace of it was very slow and the mood was very cold, dark and lonely. So I knew right then that I was gonna use a very cool color palette and that I was gonna use still camera shots and then slow camera movements if need be. Tip number 2. So I feel like when you're shooting a low budget, I mean a no budget music video, because you're already limited with what you can do, the one thing that you can do to keep the audience engaged and make sure that you do justice to the music video is tell a good story. You need to be able to tell a story in your video, no matter how long it is. Every good video that you've watched has some sort of a story in it. Otherwise, what's the point of your video if you're not communicating anything? I mean, nowadays people tell stories in a 15-second YouTube short, so you don't have an excuse. Still like an artist. So now that we know that our music video is about a couple on the verge of breaking up and the only resource that we have is an apartment, I started looking at other music videos that have to do with heartbreak, just to see how others have done it. There's nothing wrong with drawing inspiration from other creatives. I mean, we were all inspired to get into the craft by someone or something out there that already exists. So that's what stealing like an artist means. So the 2 breakup music videos that stood out for me was Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River, and Joyner Lucas featuring J. Cole, Your Heart. And that's what inspired the music video that we shot, because number 1, they both centered around a breakup. Number 2, they both shot in a house. And number 3, they both have 2 characters in the video, which having as few people as possible in the music video helps keep the budget low, because you don't have to feed and transport too many people back and forth to the location. And then number 4, both these music videos make use of this ghost effect in the story, where we as the audience can see the guy character in the video, but he remains invisible to the girl's reality, which gives us the sense that the guy is spying on the girl and he's just taking us for a ride. So now let's compare with our music video. So what's happening in our story is that it's just shortly after the couple is broken up and the girl is starting to date again. She's moving on. So the video is based on an evening where the girl is getting dressed and getting ready to go out on a date, while the ex-boyfriend, which is our guy over here, is stalking her in spirit. So the guy's not physically there, but his spirit is, because that's where he wants to be more than wherever he is right now. So tip number 4, make a treatment. So for those of you who might not be familiar with this, a music video treatment is a brief guide or a roadmap that has information like the storyline of the music video, the theme and tone, what colors are going to be used for the sets and wardrobe, what the cast is going to look like, and some information about how the scene is going to be shot. A treatment can help you a lot in sets because it will save you the time of having to figure out what to shoot, where to shoot, and how to shoot the scene. And even if you do bump into a dope background while at the location, you're not gonna waste time trying to set up and shoot for it because it's not part of the sets that are in the treatment. So this makes you very decisive. You can also use the treatment to pitch a music video to an artist. Say you hear their latest song and you wanna shoot a music video for it. You can put together a music video treatment detailing how you're gonna go about shooting it and how you're gonna bring their song to life. And if they like it, boom, just like that, you got the gig. But I must warn you though, musicians will steal your idea if they like it and go shoot it with someone else. And honestly, because a music video treatment is kind of like a script in a way, I do believe that you should be charging extra cash to make the music video treatment, the same way a script writer would for their script, because that is your intellectual property. Yes, it was inspired by their song, but you came up with the visual story. But you know how the game goes, man. Nobody's paying for no damn music video treatment, so it is what it is. Anyways, when you create a music video treatment, keep it brief. Write short and straight to the point sentences that still communicate the vision efficiently. Include pictures to help the artist, the crew, and everybody involved to visualize how the scenes are going to look. This will also help the people that you are working with better understand what they're aiming for and also share their ideas with you. At the end of the document, have a list of all the things that will be required to shoot the video. Things like equipment, location, cast, and crew members. This way you'll be able to tick things off the list as you acquire them. This also helps you not forget anything. I once forgot to bring a Bluetooth speaker at a music video shoot and we had to use our phone to play the music back for the artist in order to perform, and that was not fun to sync when I was editing. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at our music video treatment that we have for this music video. So first page, you'd have the name of the music video along with the artist, just like as a title for the document. And the second page, we have a brief summary of what the song is about, or rather what the music video is about. And then the third page, you start going into the scenes. You know, as you can see over here, this is our opening scene. And what did I write? We open with the scene of Kenny, which is our artist, sitting at the bottom of the bed in a bedroom, looking into the camera as it slowly moves towards him. So this is what I mean about pictures. You see, like you write very brief sentences and then you add pictures. So this picture, I know I already told you guys about which music videos inspired this particular music video, but the opening shot, the first shot was inspired by Drake's Over music video. You have the two lamps at the back. We also have the two lamps, and then we have the guy sitting in the middle, just like Drake has on his music video. I mean, you can see the similarities. This is where I drew the inspiration. So already with the sentence above explaining what the scene is, and with this picture, the artist can already understand, you know, what we're going for, the mood of it. And the next page, you know, we continue explaining the scene. As the camera moves closer, we'll use Kenny's silhouette as a canvas to show scenes of Kenny and Steffi, which is the girl, having an argument. But we ended up not doing this, the whole silhouette thing. And I was gonna show this scene over here of the couple arguing through the silhouette of our artist over here. So we did shoot those scenes in the studio where the couple is arguing. We just didn't infuse it with the silhouette part. We had a very short turnaround time for this music video. So I didn't wanna do too much crazy stuff because it was scheduled to drop immediately after the song dropped. And then I continued to explain, as he continues to sing the lyrics of the song, the girl is walking around the room, getting dressed and getting ready to go out. So you can see in the treatment the pictures that I used. It's very similar. So this is what I mean by using the pictures to sell the idea, because it just paints the picture better and you can see it also shows in the video. And the next slide is, I was listening to the song, there's a part where he says, smoking at the parking lot. The video will cut to a scene of him smoking at the parking lot while singing the song lyrics, which we also have. Everything that's in our treatment did actually happen, which means we had a successful shoot. And then moving on, we have a studio scene of Kenny singing the song lyrics in front of a backdrop. We do have that scene where the couple is having fun, you know, back when they were still together on the couch and whatnot. It's kind of like showing back in the days when they were still together. It's like a throwback, right? We also have a scene of Kenny and Steffi with their backs to each other in front of a black backdrop, as you can see over here in the picture. As we continue with the music video, the artist in the form of a spirit is sitting on the bed like a ghost stalking the girl, and she gets dressed. She then leaves the room and goes to the bathroom, and then our ghost artist follows the girl into the bathroom where, as you can see on the treatment, we have a picture of a girl fixing herself up in front of a mirror, and we have a guy. This is when I started making use of pictures from the music video that inspired this music video, which is the Joyner Lucas music video. And as you can see, there's Joyner Lucas over there looking at the girl. And then Stephanie walks out of the bathroom, through the bedroom again, grabs her purse and begins to make her way out of the house. Kenny follows her as he continues to sing the lyrics. This is when I started using screenshots from Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River music video. As you can see on our music video, here's the guy following the girl. And then we see Kenny standing next to the door singing as Stephanie makes her way out. And lo and behold, we have that scene just like the treatment. So Stephanie meets up with her dates outside the door and off they go. And just like the treatment, we have that scene. It plays out just how we planned it. And we end with the video of Kenny alone in the house, and we did all of that. And then finally at the end, we have video requirements. Like I said, at the end, you need to have a list of all the things that are going to be required in order to shoot the music video. So I'm just trying to show you guys how a treatment can help in your productions with the planning, saving time, getting there, shooting, knowing what you're supposed to do, executing, and moving on. Tip number 5, location and set design. For a low budget music, damn it! Okay. One more time. For a no budget music video, you should try to shoot it in one location and maximize all its different features in order to save on traveling costs. It is wise to check out the location before the shoot so that you can get an idea of how you're going to set it up and shoot it, and also what to bring for set design in order to make it look better and, you know, different or not like how it currently is. It will also help you understand how this location is lit. Is it facing the sun or is it not facing the sun? What time of the day would it be ideal for you to shoot at this place? Hopefully it's safe from crime. Don't try to shoot at every corner of the location that looks good. You'll just end up with a bunch of shots that look dope, but they don't really blend together well, which would have been a waste of time. Just pick the parts of the location that are best fitting to the storyline and focus on making that look as great as possible. And then set design is just making the location look good. It could be as simple as picking a certain color backdrop, shooting at a plain location but using creative angles, using colorful lighting, placing the artists in a cool environment, or just simply putting them in a crowd with cows. But it can also be as hectic as building a set from scratch. Either way, set design is all about making the location look good and suitable for the theme of the scene that you're shooting. Also, keep the color palettes of your video in mind and the look of the final grade when you are picking a location or dressing the set. If the final grade of your video is going to have a dark and cool look, don't have a lot of red and pink on the set. Wardrobe matters too. Ask the artist to wear dark colors. So for location and set design, there wasn't really a lot for us to do except just find a room that has a similar setting as our reference picture, which is Drake on the Over music video. So luckily enough, the artist's friend's uncle's room was already set up in the same way as Drake's room over here. So it was just making sure that the furniture is aight and then the lighting is suiting the mood. So for me, I just wanted to create a nice color contrast in the room, but at the same time, I wanted to have the blue not only as just moonlights, but you know, the artist is sad, man. He's breaking up with his girl, so I wanted to have more blue, more cool colors than warm colors, just to represent that he's in a cold place right now, you know, but also still show that it's inside a house, you know, there's still a bit of warmth in there. And then mostly it's just showing those scenes inside the house, also doing the same thing with lighting. That's just location wise plus set design. So like I said, set design can be lighting, making the location fit the theme of the music video. And then we have the backdrop scenes. Remember what I said, that set design can just be as simple as picking a certain color backdrop. So I just went with red because it just emphasizes pain. Also, red symbolizes anger. As you can see, they're fighting, the scene is red. It emphasizes their anger towards each other because colors speak. So yeah, that's what went into our music video as far as location, set design and wardrobe. I hope you guys are starting to get an idea of all the things that need to go into your mind when you're planning for a music video. You're not just pointing a camera, you're telling a story, or you're aiding in the story that's already in the song and you're bringing it to life using colors, using lighting, using location, camera movements, camera angles, everything. And then tip number 6, light your sets properly. Lighting can be complex, but it can also be simple at the same time. If you are only able to have one light, use it as a key light. So this is the light that just lights up your artist and everybody that's on set. Like I said, it can be complex, there's different lighting techniques. Just check out my video on different lighting techniques. So with this key lights, that's lighting your artist and everybody else on set, whether it's 2 people, 3 people, just have a light that's lighting the people and we can see them and the people are not in the shadow. Put it on the side of the artist, whether the left or the right, just to create a nice contrast. Just like here, I have a light right over here on the right side of my face and it's lighting up this side of my face, but it's creating shadows on this side, you know, creates a nice contrast, as opposed to putting the lights front and center, which looks very flat. And then if you have 2 lights, and then you can have your key lights front and side, and then you can have the second one behind the artist, and this just creates a nice beautiful contrast, and it kind of creates like a 3D image because you get to see the outline from the back, the edges of the subject and everything is more defined and whatnot. I can go on and on and on, and that's just simple lighting techniques that you can use immediately on your next music video shoots. So like I said before, on our music video, we had the blue lights coming from the left side of our artist. We just put a teal gel on our panel lights just to give that look because that's where the window is. So we're just trying to, you know, create that moonlight, cool lighting coming from outside. And then we have another light coming from the right side, the warm light. So we have color contrast, right? Because we have the blue lights on the left side of his face and then we have the warm lights on the right side of his face. And then we have the 2 lights at the back, creating a very nice dynamic scene that we have over here, making use of color contrast and lighting contrast. And as I've been saying, keep the look of the final grade of your video in mind when you're doing lighting. You know that you want your music video to have a nice blue tint, so maybe you want to add a blue light. You know, it's easier than trying to make things blue when you're color grading. Just have a blue light on set. We knew we were gonna have a nice cool blue light coming in from the window, so we had that on sets as opposed to trying to make things blue in post, because you start introducing noise and colors start breaking and looking weird. And so what I did here with lighting was to separate the guy and the girl, even though they're in the same room, but to separate them, like to show that they are in 2 different worlds. So that's why the guy is lit differently to the girl. It's just to further emphasize that these 2 things are not in the same world. Because if you're lighting a scene, you're trying to make everything look like it's in the same environment, in the same world. And with this one, I'm just trying to emphasize that, yo, this guy's not really here. So yeah, that's why we use that lighting. And also, if you check out Joyner Lucas, Your Hearts, they make use of this to emphasize that Joyner Lucas is not really there. He's just spying on the girl, the situation that's happening in the house. Tip number 7, be a director. Working on a no-budget music video means that there is no money to pay for actors and dancers, which means the artist will cast his friends to be in a music video. And when you're working with inexperienced actors, it's very easy for the scene to start looking cheesy or lack emotion. So you have to be a director. So you can't just focus on the camera and the lighting and whatnot. You have to pay attention to what the actors are doing, you know. Are they conveying the emotion of the message? How's the choreography like, you know? You have to kind of like step out of your comfort zone, and sometimes you have to actually be the actor yourself. Show them how it needs to look. The best photographers that I've seen, they actually know how to do the poses that they ask their models to do. Like they'll often demonstrate the pose to the model and then the model will follow suit. You can also just shoot in a a way that even though a person is not doing a lot, but you can do a lot with the camera, which emphasizes their movements. Small things like that can make a big difference, which brings us to the next tip, which is tip number 8, using creative camera angles, movements, and transitions. So for the same reason as making sure that you are telling a story in your music video, you also have to have cool elements that are going to keep the audience engaged. And making use of cool camera angles, transitions, and movements can keep eyes glued to your video. So for the majority of this music video, I chose to use still shots because I wanted the viewer to focus on the movements that the characters are doing and how they are interacting with each other in the room. I felt like moving the camera was going to make the viewer focus on one character more than the other, whereas if the camera is still, you are forced to look at them both. It's sometimes a good idea to keep the camera still if the characters in your scene are doing a lot of movements. It just helps keep things less chaotic. Whereas if you're shooting an action scene, then by all means. So at the beginning of this video, I asked you, what does a big budget do for a music video? Especially now that we've pulled off a nice music video without a budget. A big budget makes production a whole lot easier and quicker on set, in the sense that you are able to have more crew members on set assisting you instead of wasting time trying to do everything. And also you are able to hire professional actors who can bring the story to life. If there's more room in the budget, you can experiment by adding another light to add more depth in the scene and make the scene look even better. If you want to learn how to experiment with lighting using different lighting techniques, I've got another video for you guys that you can check out somewhere here, or I'll just leave a link in the description. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, you know what to do down there, and I will check you on the next one.